You ever feel dumb and need something to make you feel a little bit better about it? Well, today, I got you covered. If you can believe it, I live in the state of perpetual dumb. But it's not all bad. For some, it's a weakness. But for me, it's a strength. Yeah, while some folks were born to save the world or become doctors or whatever, I was born to entertain the world and become an artist. And dumbness is the holy grail for creativity. Sometimes it just takes one brain fart for you to come up with a brilliant idea. Yep, I've been honing this blade since before I could talk. And today, I'm going to show you some of my finest moments. Some of the dumbest moments of my childhood. Like many kids, I was scared to death of spiders. They still freak me out today, but I can handle my nerves better now. Back then, I would go full chibi mode, screaming and shaking violently. Mama Ghost felt so bad for their pathetic ghost child, she knew something had to be done. And not just by shouting at me, "Go to sleep!" like Papa Ghost used to. Ha, ha, love you too, Dad. No, her plan was much more elegant. She was going to use my own stupidity against me. One day when she came home from shopping, she gave me something. It was lotion, plain and simple. Except, according to her, this lotion would keep spiders away. As that idea reached my tiny brain, so did hope glow in my heart. At that moment, the war against spiders may have officially come to an end, and I was a survivor. Except, that was a complete lie. The lotion wasn't magical, nor a leap in scientific advancement. It was only a placebo. But you better believe I spread that stuff all over. As far as dumbness goes, that one was pretty mild. After all parents tell their kids white lies from time to time. The desire to manipulate people is basically human instinct, and kids are just too gullible. This next one's actually pretty dumb. One time, I overheard adults talking about how they couldn't drive stick shift as opposed to automatic. They were talking cars. Baby Ghost was now thinking actual literal sticks. How would that even work? Could you just use any stick, or does it have to be a special one? And where would you even get one of those? Got a dirty old stick? Trade it in for an all-new model. Here at Webster's Shrubbery, we've got cedar, spruce, and walnut, and anything else you can imagine. Except for redwood, cause that's illegal. Wink. We're practically just picking these things off the ground. Because we are. Let us at Webster's Shrubbery find you an all-new stick, and also where to put it. Come to think of it though, I never did actually try it out. For all I know, it is possible to literally drive a stick. You know what? Let's hold off on judging this one just for now. More information needed. But whether or not that one's true, my dumbness in that situation was based solely on the colloquial term stick. After all, colloquialisms can often have that effect. But have you ever had a misunderstanding of science that completely changed your worldview? I have. Mama Ghost's boyfriend at the time was a brainiac, and he often left out his textbooks. One day, I stumbled upon a type of biology textbook. I remember it showing something like 2 jugs of blood, one full, the other one half full. And next to those jugs, I believe there was a diagram of a human filled partially with blood. Hey, you have half your blood. Do you feel half full or half empty? Oh, you feel like you're dying? When I asked him about it, he tried to put it into terms I would understand. It said something like, when you get a cut or something, you lose some of your blood. But he forgot to mention that the body makes more. My mind immediately filled with all the memories of getting hurt. Every cut, every scrape, and I had come to the dire conclusion. I had already lost too much blood, and my time would soon come. I don't know how to explain this, but as a very young kid, I went into a state of acceptance. I guess it's just human instinct to lose your fighting spirit when faced with the inevitable, and to just lie down and wait death. I told my younger sister about it. I think I even gave her my gum, assuming I wouldn't need it where I was going. I'm not sure she understood what was going on though. I don't really remember how that whole thing ended, If an adult cleared it up for me, I don't remember that. And my sister has never mentioned it either, so I don't know. So that was just a false alarm, and not a total threat to society. After all, blood loss in moderation isn't always life-threatening, but there is a looming threat that everyone should be more aware of. Drugs. One day, I was playing at a cousin's house. We'll call this cousin Subject 24 from now on. At some point, the excitement died down and we just chilled. I noticed a strange object in the grass. It was a series of tubes formed together at a base to form a triangular shape. When I asked Subject 24 what it was, I was given an unsettling answer. It was apparently a device to fight drugs. What are drugs? I asked Subject 24 what drugs were, and he told me definitively, drugs are bad. This couldn't be real, right? My life was just beginning, yet just as soon drugs would take that from me? Surely they would be upon us at any moment. They had to be bug-like creatures, 3 legs, squiggly, you know the kind. I needed confirmation, so when it was time to go and we were in the car, I asked Mama Ghost what drugs were, and she said, bad. Stay away from drugs. They'll mess you up. And that's for real. But if all that stressed you out, why not relax with some music? Here, let me just load the boombox real quick. Huh? What am I doing? Well, when you listen to music or watch TV, there's actually shrunken people inside your device. Or at least that's what I used to think. Somehow, I had it in my head that whenever I watched a cartoon, there must be a real person behind the screen dressed in a costume. I probably held this belief up to the point when my elder sister showed me an animated flipbook. I don't know why I thought a bunch of shrunken people had nothing better to do than to follow me around. I mean, was someone paying them to do this? Was I supposed to be paying them? Was I supposed to tip? Did they leave their shrunken families on a quest for money and I just stiffed them? How would they even carry the giant money I would give them? Anyway. So, how about you? Do you have any funny misunderstandings from when you were a kid? Maybe they even lasted until you grew up. Leave them in the comments so we can all feel smarter in comparison. And remember, dumbness can be a strength too.